Welcome inside the Vines Center on a Thursday night where the Flames lead wire to wire and pick up a Big South victory. Liberty over Winthrop tonight, 77-61. Your final score alongside Paul Nazigan. My name is Nick Pierce. Super Bowl Sunday coming up. Paul's got his Eagles green on.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Maybe we'll talk about that in a little bit, but first, let's talk about this Flames win. It was all about the red tonight, the red and the blue, as Liberty rolls on here. Never trailed in this game. Flames now 14-10 on the season. And, Paul, this is a Winthrop team coming in that had won 6 in a row. They had not lost since Liberty beat them in Rock Hill. And here tonight, the Flames put together back-to-back victories, back-to-back solid performances now.
Yeah, a team that you knew was going to come in here and try to exact a little revenge from that loss a few weeks ago down there in Rock Hill. And so it was imperative that, and Coach McKay even talked about it coming into this game. It was crucial that they get off to a strong start, and they did exactly that. Went right inside to Scotty James, and he just exploded from the tip. Putbacks, touches down there in the post, even hit a 3, just really got the Flames off to a great start. Like you said, they never trailed, were tested throughout the whole game. I mean, that Winthrop team, great team, never quit, made runs, but Liberty kept the lead, dug down, and, every time Winthrop made a run, Liberty had an answer for it.
Yeah, and I think that was the most impressive thing. You mentioned Scotty James, 21 points tonight. That ties a game high along with Winthrop's Xavier Cooks. Scotty did the bulk of his damage in the first half. You mentioned knocking down a three-pointer. Had some tough baskets that he made inside. Absorbed a lot of contact in position for a putback on one play there in the first half. 15 of his 21 points coming in the first 20 minutes of this game. But then later, the rest of the Flames get involved as well. We saw, Georgie Pacheco-Ortiz going up strong with an and one. Elijah Cuffey, right after Andres Broman had knocked down a couple of threes, Cuffey answering with a 3 to get the lead back to double digits. Like you said, it seemed like there was always an answer every time Winthrop had a run.
Yeah, the offense just really looked really smooth, had great flow tonight, really the way Liberty wants to play, the way we know they can, just beautiful offense. And, like you said, other guys stepped up. We've talked in the past about Liberty's depth. When they need a basket, it can be different people, the belief that this team has in each other. So, again, Scotty gets them off to a great start as they start to double him and other guys open up, sharing the ball, 16 assists tonight. So the ball was really moving around, guys making the extra pass. And, something that I just think is you got to mention. There's a lot of great stats on here that we can talk about, but I really just have to credit the Flames team. The character and the guts that they showed to get this win, it can't be understated. I mean, it was not going to be easy. That is a great Winthrop team. They fight and scrap and claw for 40 minutes. It was not going to be easy. The biggest thing, again, of all the great stats is, you saw guys diving on the floor just to save a possession. And the effort, the guts it took, and the intensity and character they showed, huge, huge win moving forward.
Yeah, and then down the stretch, Caleb Holmesley coming on, 5 of 7 from the field. He finished with 16 points, a couple of big three-pointers inside the final 4 minutes to really put this one away. Well, after the game, we did have a chance to catch up with Holmesley, also Scotty James and head coach Richie McKay in the Flames locker room.
So I think that it was the most complete. I think that we brought it for 40 minutes. We did have some defensive errors, but I think that we're going to have some every game. But we just had to limit those, and I think that we'll see those on film. But tonight I thought it was a great team win. Once you stop one of their players, that's really their go-to guy in their offense. I think that when it runs through him and you can kind of control what he does, I think that it helps our defense a lot, and I think that's what happened.
We started well at Presby. We knew we had to keep that going. So, just as a team, we just grouped together and just threw the first punch. So it was a great team effort. We had guys coming off the bench that played really well. Caleb and Lavelle's back, and he's looking better every day.
That's the most complete performance we've had in a while. I thought our guys did a great job offensively of establishing a little bit of a presence inside, and thought we took good shots, had valued the basketball. We had a sense of togetherness on the offensive end for sure. And then defensively, look, they're hard to guard. They move really hard, and Xavier Cooks is a problem for anyone who is preparing for him. So I felt like we did enough to make them earn, but I'm a coach, and I'm sure when I watch the film I'll see a little bit more that we have to work on. But pleased with our guys' effort. It was sound, and it was continuous.
77-61, your final score here tonight. 3 Flames finish in double-figure scoring. We mentioned Scotty James with 21, Caleb Holmesley with 16. Also 14 points tonight for Georgie Pacheco-Ortiz, who, by the way, had 5 assists and only 1 turnover here as well. All around good night for the Flames. Xavier Cooks did get 21 here tonight. Anders Broman got all 14 of his points in the second half. He's going to get in stride from time to time. He's a good player, but ultimately the Flames always had that answer as they come away with the win. Liberty now 14-10, 5-6 in the Big South, creeping back to that 500 mark. Winthrop came in. They were tied for first in the conference. They're now 7-4 in the Big South play, 14-8 overall. So you got a quick turnaround now coming up. You've got Longwood on Saturday up at Willett Hall, a place that has not been too kind to the Flames throughout the years. But Liberty now coming off of back-to-back wins. Flames maybe with a little bit of fire in them, pardon the pun, after that first loss here in the Vine Center to Longwood earlier. What are you expecting from Liberty on Saturday?
Yeah, well, if you're going to have a quick turnaround, it's great to have it after a nice win while you're playing well. And it's kind of a little shoes on the other foot. So Winthrop came in here looking for a little revenge after a loss. Liberty, I think that's us going to Farmville on Saturday. Longwood came in here and played well, sort of was back to full strength, but they kind of stole a win in here, and I guarantee that's going to be in Liberty's mind going out there for Saturday afternoon. As you mentioned, Willett Hall, it's a great environment, but it's certainly a tough place to play. You got to be, physically prepared. You got to be mentally prepared for their student section to be focused. But again, Liberty's playing well, revenge factor, a chance to go to, build back 3 in a row. So a lot of things in their favor. I think they're going to be fit to be tied going in there Saturday afternoon.
Got to ask you this, too, before we get going. What'd you think of Lavelle Cabell tonight? He's missed the last 2 games with a knee injury.
Yeah, and so he coach brings him in off the bench, which is a smart move just to kind of see how he is. And I think it was really great. Lavelle didn't try to do too much. And, gosh, anytime he's out there, he's playing great D. He 6 points, but 4 assists. So, I think he realized, let's not force the basketball. Let's get my other teammates involved. Another thing is, even as they're shutting down the Vine Center here, after a great win and a tough game, who was out here? We just saw him out here shooting threes. So, there's a kid who is 100% committed to getting better even after a game. So, again, I just like his mindset. He's back in, but he kind of let the game flow out to other guys. And again, another couple days of rest and healing. I expect him to be back 100% there on Saturday.
And Coach said he mentioned Lavelle's competitiveness in the postgame show or in the postgame locker room report tonight, and you talk about it there, out there shooting. He said first thing he's probably going to look at it is his shooting percentage tonight. He was 1 of 8, but again, 6 points, 22 minutes. You mentioned the assist. I think overall that's good to see after missing a couple of games with what we thought initially may be a serious knee injury.
Right. It's just great to see him back out there after what was a real scare. So that just boosts life in all the guys. They're going to really they're feeling good tonight, and rightfully so.
Final score here tonight, again in the Vine Center, 77-61, Liberty over Winthrop. Liberty will travel up to Farmville on Saturday, take on those Longwood Lancers at 2 p.m. Until then, for Paul Nazigan, my name is Nick Pierce for the Liberty Flames Sports Network.